Hello, language arts folks. I know I haven't done a video for a module or two, but I thought that now that we're talking about stories in Module 5, it's particularly important to model a read aloud for you. So I wanted to just take a few minutes to share a book that I really like, and I hope you will too. It's called Something Beautiful. I want to share this book because I think it helps us to understand the power of putting ideas into story. Right? That's something that you're really reflecting on in this module. It also sort of ties together that idea about the power of realistic fiction, like you'll read about in the Tyson article that's called Shut My Mouth Wide Open. I love the opening of that article. It's just one of the best kid quotes I've ever heard. So I hope that made you laugh as well. Also, that way, when we have this story in common, once you've seen it and we've all sort of shared it together, I'll be able to use this text to maybe help you understand your instructional plan assignment over the next week or so. So we can talk through examples based on this book to help you apply those to the text that you've selected for your instructional plan assignment. Okay, so I'll read Something Beautiful, and then in the days to come we can ask questions about it or use this as an example for our instructional plans. I hope you like it. Back up a little bit so you can see. When I look through my window, I see a brick wall. There is trash in the courtyard and a broken bottle that looks like fallen stars. There is writing in the halls of my building. On the front door, someone put the word die. Where I walk, I pass a lady whose home is a big cardboard carton. She sleeps on the sidewalk, wrapped in plastic. I run past a dark alley where Mommy told me I must never stop. Behind a fence there is a garden without any flowers. Mommy said that everyone should have something beautiful in their life. Where is my something beautiful? The teacher taught me the word in school. I wrote it in my book. B-E-A-U-T-I-F-U-L. Beautiful. I think it means something that when you have it, your heart is happy. I love that description. I go to Miss Delphine's diner. Hi there, Sugar Pie, says Miss Delphine. What are you up to? I'm looking for something beautiful, I tell her. Sit down for a minute, she says, as she goes to the grill. She puts on fish. The fish sizzles. Miss Delphine makes it into a sandwich. There's nothing more beautiful tasting than my fried fish sandwiches, she tells me. My teeth sink in. This is good. When I go back outside, I see some of my friends. Do you have something beautiful? I ask them. I have my jump rope, says Sybil. I have my beads, says Rebecca. Check out my new shoes, says Jamal. There are Jamal's new shoes. My fruit store is one beautiful store, says Mr. Lee. You do have nice apples, I say. Thank you, says Mr. Lee. Here, take one. I hope the artists in our class are noticing the use of color so far in this book. Watch my move, says Mark, playing ball on the playground. Hear my sound, says Georgina, dancing on the sidewalk. Touch the smooth stone, says old Mr. Sims, sitting on his front steps. All these years, I've carried it in my pocket. Through the big window in the laundrette, I see Aunt Carolyn holding baby Carl. "And where are you off to, little miss?" she asks me. "I'm looking for something beautiful," I say. She hands me Carl and folds up the clothes. I tickle Carl, and he giggles. He makes me giggle, too. "My baby's laugh is something beautiful," says Aunt Carolyn. I go back home and sit down on my stoop. I look at the trash in my courtyard. I see the word "die" on my door. I go upstairs and get a broom and a sponge and some water. I pick up the trash. I sweep up the glass. I scrub the door very hard. When "die" disappears, I feel powerful. Someday I'll plant flowers in my courtyard. I'll invite all my friends to see. I will give a real home and a real bed to the lady who sleeps in a cardboard carton. She will sing, and I will hear her song. Mommy comes home from work. She gives me a great big hug. "Do you have something beautiful?" I ask her. "Of course," she says. "I have you." And there is an author's note at the back if you want to pick up the book and look into it more. This book always makes me think of the kids that I taught in DC and sort of what their physical environment looked like on the surface and how there were some things that were damaged and that were dirty and that were dangerous and that were not kept up and not safe for kids. But there was also so much love and joy and effort and courage and care and energy and passion and all of these other really wonderful things that were also a part of their community. And so it just always sort of touches me to think about how we help kids to both understand that not everything in life is physically beautiful all the time, right? That there are scary things and there are dangerous things in our world. But how we help kids through story often understand that they have some role to play, that they are empowered, that they can be empowered to take action, just the way that the students in Tyson's article were. Right? So how can we use stories like this and other stories both to represent a variety of people and identities and communities to our students through story, right? So we're not just reading about blonde-haired, blue-eyed princesses, right? We're reading about a variety of communities and people in our stories. But then we're also taking that next step to say, stories can help us, can call us to action, right? They can help us feel something and then act on that. And I think that what I hope you'll learn in this module is not just the teaching points, and not just how to break down stories, not just how to support comprehension of stories, although that's something that's very important in our teaching, but how to move just a little bit more ahead and say, you know, what do stories help inspire us to do, and how can we use stories to inspire children to take action in their own lives and in the world, and in doing so, not only feel powerful, but also make the world a better place. Happy learning, and I will see you soon.